MotorTown Behind the Wheel has sparked a new interest in gaming for me. I don't know about you guys, but lately gaming has been just feeling dull. Haven't been really interested in any games lately. Well, I found this game on YouTube and I decided to pick it up and I'm falling in love with this game. I have about 5 hours into it. I'm going to talk to you guys about it. When I first hopped into the game, the art style really captured my attention. I really like this art style. I like Firewatch, for example. I like that art style in that game. It kind of has that same vibe going on. But my first experience was going through the quest line, driving around, just checking out the game. And then I came to a taxi job. At this point, I wasn't really too interested in the game. I was just kind of checking it out. And then I had this taxi job and I had to, taxi somebody across the map. I had a choice to pick and I could either do a short distance and get a couple $1,000s or a very long distance across the entire map and make $21,000 for my character. Well, I said, hey, screw it. Let's go the long distance one. Well, this was actually the turning point for this game and where I fell in love with it. Driving across the map, I put some music on, of my own music, and I just drove across the map. It took me a while, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes to drive across the map. I just really enjoyed the journey of just driving across this map. Now, if you're more into like a high intense game, a first person shooter like a Call of Duty or Battlefield, this is not gonna be the game for you. This is a super chill experience. When I was driving across the map, I was looking at all the different views and how the sounds changed as I went through different environments and how the environment changed as I went into the desert and then I went into a dirt road on the desert. Wow. Mind you, I was being chased by the police because I do have a speeding problem in this game. They don't really do too much. I've never been caught by the police. They do chase you when you're going too fast. I've just, outrun them. But that is in the game. There's no guns in the game. It's just chill driving. And when I was driving across the map here, well, I'm going to say across the country in the game, I was having a blast. The views, the sounds, being chased by the cops, seeing all the different views, the random ghosts, I guess I was hitting. I don't know if it's like an Easter egg in the game, but every now and then a ghost will pop up in the middle of the road. At first, I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the heck is that? And then I hit it and it kind of gave me a reward. That was neat. I was really enjoying this game for this taxi driving experience. Moving from that job, I ended up delivering pizzas. I bought a moped for about $2,000. I upgraded it to carry a pizzas.
Pizza time.
Super crazy, right? This game is really in depth for what it is. When you first start playing it, you just think it's just a driving game. Then it gets really deep in the trenches once you start digging into it more. Like I said, I got 5 hours into it. And I feel like I've only scratched the surface so far. But as I switched my job to selling pizzas, I realized, well, one, now that I own the moped, I don't have a ride sharing fee. So when I was doing the taxi delivery, the person who owned the taxi, the company, would take a little bit of money because I was using their taxi. But you can actually buy the vehicles outright, so you don't have to do that cut anymore. Really cool if you care about numbers and stuff. I'm a finance guy a little bit, so I don't know. I just like numbers. My little monkey brain up here just likes to see numbers go up. That's just a weird thing for me. Any game I play, I like numbers to go up. I used to play Satisfactory. I like to run my factories at peak efficiency. It's just a weird thing for me. That's how I like to play my games. But since I owned the moped, I was able to sell pizzas and I would take the furthest route to sell my pizza to make the most amount of money. I finally got my first $40,000. I didn't know what I was gonna buy. Well, I ended up buying the big cargo truck I could afford at the dealership, bought that. This thing has been awesome. So I went from being a taxi guy using a rented car to then having my own moped and selling pizzas. And now I own a giant cargo truck where I'm able to drive around, load up multiple giant crates, go up to the mountains, as I did in this clip here. I was driving up to the mountains, apparently to Santa's workshop. I didn't know that. But I was driving up there with materials that he can use, Santa, to make toys. Very strange. And because I was able to load up so much, I was able to make like $25,000, $30,000 on that one single trip with my truck because I was able to load up so much. And there is demand in this game as well. So if a place needs more stuff specifically, there's going to be like 150% markup on that. So you can make some serious money doing that. Again, very in-depth for what seems to be just a racing game or a driving game. Really cool. I like this. I like the way it's like multiple different mechanics and how all the mechanics really work together. I've been very impressed with that. Not to mention just driving around in the environment is just very relaxing. It's just pretty chill. So after I made my lump sum of money from delivering things to Santa, I then went down and bought a new car. I bought this R32, which I believe that's what it is. It's kind of what it looks like, and I'm gonna call it that. Well, I couldn't buy the BMW that I wanted to buy because my racer rank, I assume that's what it is, was not high enough. There's different ranks in the game for different abilities and different professions, and mine wasn't high enough to buy that car. So I bought the R32. Then I also bought a trailer for my truck. So now I can put a trailer on my truck, put the R32 on the trailer, strap it down and drive it to the track so I don't damage it on the way, pretty neat. You can also damage your vehicle when you're driving around, and you got to pay to fix it, or you can be stranded on the side of the road and pay to have a tow truck come get you. It's a whole thing. This game is super in depth, and honestly, all these little mechanics are making me fall in love with this game. So I just wanted to bring this up to you guys to let you know that this game is pretty awesome. This is not sponsored or anything. I have no affiliation with the people that made this game. I just saw a YouTube video on it, was like, I gotta check this out, it looks pretty cool, and I fell in love with it. Like I said, I'm just scratching the surface, and I'm also just playing single player. There's also some servers on there. I saw like 100 people on a server, so it probably gets pretty crazy with all these different professions. And you can have a company and automate a lot of this stuff, like taxi services, truck routes. I haven't dug into that at all yet. All the mechanics are really cool. When I first started playing, I didn't really pay attention to what the game was trying to tell me. And I had a small delivery truck that I was renting, and I did my first delivery on it, and I didn't strap down the crate, and I was wondering like why this crate in the back of my bed is flopping over the place. Come to find out, you have to strap the stuff down or it'll fall out and bounce around. So yeah, the straps are pretty cool. I've never seen a game really use that kind of mechanic, and I like this game because it has enough in-depth mechanics without being overly complicated. Some of the games out there that try to do stuff like this go way too deep into the weeds where it's not even fun to play, at least for me. This feels like it's just enough complicated where it's still fun, but keeps it basic enough where it's not super annoying where you gotta hit 900 different controls to do one thing. So I'm a big fan of this game. I'm gonna be playing it a lot. I'm trying to get my friends to buy it right now so we can all have a server together and get that company going and just do some crazy stuff. But I've been a big fan of this game. I can't wait to see where it goes. It is in early access right now. I can't wait to see where the developer or developers, I don't know how many people are working on this, take this game. So yeah, that is my favorite game right now. I've liked it so much that I just wanted to make a video talking about it and hope that maybe the developer can get some more support and make this game even better, and maybe he can follow his dreams. So hope you guys check it out. If you're interested in some of these games, let me know down in the comments if you're already playing this game. I love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this little bit of gameplay. I know on this channel it's very random. Sometimes I talk about tech stuff, sometimes we'll do a mountain biking stuff, and today we're talking about video games because I'm a big fan of video games and they have a big part in my heart. I'll see you guys in the next video. Check this video out right here and get out there and play some games.